forgot I moved this yesterday. I'm about to be the most professional streamer in the history of the world, y'all, and move this mid-stream. Totally forgot I had on the other monitor last night. Y'all gonna have to forgive me. That works. That works. That's fine. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What is up, everyone's up here, Box? Hey, Reagan, aren't you working? Everyone, Reagan's in my stream while working, just saying. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let's do this. Yeah, the music is banging. I'm gonna turn it down just a tad bit. Is that the end of it too? I need to restart it. Hopefully the music's a little bit better right there. A little bit softer for y'all. Okay, y'all. We're going to do it here in just a second, but we're going to get into talking about some of these cards. Pretty much all of the set is out on February for the most part. I think it's only like a few choice expansion slot cards. Yeah, it's literally just the expansion slot cards are missing. 3 of them. This is crazy. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Spoilers today made me from We're So Jover on Uziri to We're So Bloody back. Yeah, all of Assassin got buffed. I was making the joke last night, like obviously you wouldn't play them, but you could make an argument to literally say Huntsman's actually somewhat relevant. Like there's so much upgrades to just like normal Assassin, it's actually insane. Obviously Uziri new and Marionette are the best though. Yeah, Armada said it in a chat that we were in just now, but like it feels like Ninja and Assassin are almost getting like the Runeblade treatment from a few years ago, where they're just having like a straight year of being dominant, pretty much. Like, we'll talk about it, but initial thoughts is this is insane. Fang is gonna be interesting. Hopefully, someone figures Fang out because Fang looks really fun and cool. But Assassin and Ninjas obviously are so insanely pushed. Actually, so insanely pushed. We'll talk about some of the cards we talked about yesterday because not everybody might have been here, so we'll start from the top and go down. I have all the Assassin cards, even including dual Assassin cards right here, and then we'll go to the next page where I have all the Ninja cards. So it'll be a good long stream just from explaining, but I want to get y'all's thoughts on what y'all think and how y'all want to rake them. I don't know about that, Reagan. If I had the time... Quick dodge flexors? Are you talking about the where is it? Is that a card name? I didn't look at all the names. I haven't like memorized all the names yet. Am I crazy? What's quick dodge flexors? I'll look at it really fast. Oh yeah, the generic. This thing is insane. Like a single blue can block 6. This is gonna be really good for Enigma. Funny enough, she may use this over her normal boots. We'll see, but non-block Acilia is also gonna like that if they don't want to do Lightning Greaves. It depends on how you're playing. Any non-block deck will love those. Also Guardian, just in general. New and Arachne is insanely pushed, but I think Uziri is also pretty good. Oh, 100%. I think Uziri is good too. All right, y'all. We'll give people like 1 more minute to get in here, and then we'll start on it. We can start on some of the easy stuff. Like this card, obviously, I don't think anyone in chat's going to disagree with me on this one. This is a slam dunk. This is what we originally thought it was going to be. I know in my video before everything came out, I was like, the Dagger has to be pay 2 on hit mark. What I didn't think they were going to do is give it piercing. Like the fact that this has piercing... I was playing some testing games yesterday with a buddy, Conrad, and we were talking about how, like, he was playing Fang. We were just playing for fun. And Valiant Dynamo doesn't do anything to this. And it's just insane that Beckett Mistblade didn't get piercing, but this did. Now, granted, automatic go again and on hit go again is a little bit different value, but I was just surprised they give this piercing. Like, and the general theme for all these Assassin cards is... they're just Assassin. They're not talent locked. So like every Assassin is going to be able to utilize these how they want. Also, y'all, let me know if the music is too loud for y'all. I will gladly switch it around. Let's see here. I think so far it's nice to see the game evolve. No, I agree, Morris. I mean, I'm obviously biased because Ninja and Assassin being good, but I agree. Yeah, huge upgrade to Moth. Moth would have been like somewhat playable. Like the funny thing is Mark of the Huntsman, now that we saw the dual class cards, and I'll go over these later, but the cards that let you retrieve a dagger, these, now that these are in the set, Mark of the Huntsman isn't as bad because you can go get it a little bit easier. You don't have to just conceal blade. You can actually like use those cards to go get it. So it's not terrible, but Hunter's Clave's just better. This is a great draft card though, like obviously. But Hunter's Clave is what you're going to be using in CC. But being able to flick knives these away is unreal. Gain that mark when you need it. It's going to be really, really good. Like just threatening Hunter's Clave, they block it, and then you attack with a stealth card, flicking away the Hunter's Clave to mark anyway, giving it +1 on hit go again, is just a really good play line. Oh, yeah, Uzuri is going to be completely retooled, Kidder. I agree. So is Marionette. I have to completely go to the... I'll probably do that at the end of the stream. We'll probably like make a fun, just like initial Marionette list now that we have everything. Mask of Deceit's insane. Like the fact that all the Arachnes can play this is really cool. Confinement, Slip Through the Cracks, and Huntsman can all play this. And I think they will. If I was Slip Through the Cracks, I would play this. Huntsman probably would even just play this just to try to get a quick buff. Even though Huntsman's a little bit harder because you have to now not play all contract, but it's fine. And I don't know. I think Uzuri... Well, Uzuri can't play this. I think... What's the last one? Solitary Confinement plays this as well, so... Be really good. I keep wanting Uzuri to play it, even though it's Arachne specialization. It would be cool if Uzuri could play it, but I get why they can't. This card's gross. We talked about this card yesterday. I'm going to breeze through some of the cards we talked about yesterday, but Kiss of Death's stupid. Like, everybody understands some of the rules interactions with this. The biggest thing about this card, and I won't go super in-depth, is... Leaning on will Spurlock ever see a tournament table? I think it will, Frazier. I want to run a one of just to have it. You know, you got to do it. Like, come on, you got to have some fun. But Kiss of Death, the main thing you have to know with Kiss of Death, and if you're ever explaining this card to somebody, the easiest way I can think of explaining is kind of how Joshua Scott did in the Purple Discord is if the effect is applying to a dagger attack or dagger. If it says dagger or dagger attack or attack action card, it'll work on this. If it says weapon or one-handed, then it won't. So if it says target dagger weapon or target weapon, then it won't work on this. Target dagger weapon's what's going to get some people because dagger weapon is in the set. Hold up. Like let me give an example. Let's see if there's a card in here that talks about... Yeah, Razor Reflex is the easiest one. Target sword or dagger weapon attack. So Razor Reflex would not work with Kiss of Death. However, Flick Knives reads differently, where it says target dagger you control. There's no dagger weapon there. So as long as the word weapon isn't there, you're good. If the word weapon is there, you can't do it. It doesn't interact with it. That's the easiest way to remember this card. But this card's insane. This card with toxicity is crazy. This card when you turn into Black Widow, right? If you attack with a dagger first, or you attack with Kiss of Death, somehow give it go again, and then you attack with something else, and then you flick Kiss of Death, it'll trigger Black Widow's ability. So, super, super good. This card's interesting. We did get some better traps, I will say. We'll look at them really fast. We'll just bring them up. We did get some better traps. We do have, what is this, trap and release? This is a ninja attack action. Where is it? Here's one. Where's the other one? Okay, there's 3. So we have 3 traps, right? In this, when this defends and the attacking hero has played or activated an attack reaction as chain link, they lose a life. So it's a 0 for 3 that potentially is a 0 for 4, which is pretty nice. Nothing crazy, but it's not bad. Den of the Spider, when this defends an attack with attack power greater than its base, mark the hero. That's pretty good. And then it's like basically a marking version of Inertia Trap, right? And Lair of the Spider, when this defends an attack with go again, mark an attacking hero. So they basically took Frailty Trap and Inertia Trap and made them mark instead of the diseases. That's not too bad. I don't mind that. It at least gives reason to play traps a little bit more. But regardless, this is a stealth 1 power at instant speed. Discard it, banish target trap from your graveyard. If you do, you may play it this turn. And if it would be put into the graveyard this turn, instead banish it. So it basically allows you to play a trap again. So you play a trap, goes to grave, play instant, discard this, you know, banish a trap, play it again, and then it banishes. So you basically get 2 uses out of every trap with this card. Yeah, no, Frailty Trap's definitely better. I just think it depends on how much you want to be marking. Killer Fox, I do agree the overall use case of Frailty Trap's definitely going to be better, especially with Syndra and Fang. But this at least gives you like more options, which is nice. What's up, Dylan? How you doing, my friend? So yeah, I'm excited to try to fit some traps in the list. I definitely will, because I was talking to Killer Fox actually yesterday about it, how I don't have any traps in my list right now. And it's just because if I go to if I roll Trapdoor, unless it's like turn 1 and I don't want to use my mask yet, that's just gonna be the turn I block with mask. Because if I roll in the Trapdoor, that means they're marked going into their turn, and then I'll just block with Mask of Deceit and switch to one of the ones I want. That's my normal line of thinking right now. But if we can, you know, if we can get some value out of Trapdoor and actually stay in it, that'd be nice. And you could still do that play line. Like you could do Arachne Trapdoor, banish your trap, get your value, and then block with Mask anyway, and like go to Black Widow. So a lot of cool play lines there. Take up the mantle. This card, in my opinion, initial thoughts, I haven't read all of these bottom dual class cards yet, so forgive me if sounds a little bit like content creatory with the blanket statements, but this is the best card Assassin got this set. This card is so good, it's stupid. So good. Target attack action card with stealth gets +2. If it's attacking a marked hero, instead it gets +3, and you may banish an attack action card with stealth from your graveyard. If you do, the target becomes a copy of that banished card. So you can attack with a blue bite, right, for 1, and you could have a Bonds of Agony in your grave. And if they're marked, you change the card to Bonds of Agony. It counts as a reaction. Then you put 2 more reactions on it and hit them with Bonds of Agony. And the best thing about this card is it's almost like you can't tell. Like, unless you're, like, stupid obvious, like throwing just a useless card at them, and they're like, okay, they're going to do something fishy here. Like, no one's ever going to be able to, like, know you're about to do this. Yeah, the art is metal Frazier, I agree. Yeah, Mano is cracked. Like, this card is so good. And, like, you don't just have to do Bonds of Agony. You can change it to Mark of the Black Widow, right? You could change it to Mark of the Funnel Web if you want to take their arsenal. Like, you can change it to so many things. It's just absolutely unreal of a card. It's my favorite card in the set, and I think it's the most powerful card because this card's just going to blow people out. You could change this to Double Trouble if you have Double Trouble on the list. And all of a sudden, your 3-power stealth attack, now Double Troubled, is going to hit 5, 8, and then maybe something else like 11, then you just kill him. So, what's up, Chris? How you doing, my friend? What's up, Killer Box? But yeah, this card is the most A+ card in the entire set for me. Let's see here. Tarantula Toxin, we all know how good this card is. What the cool thing about this card, the one thing I will note, most people probably know this, but just in case you don't, it does work with Kiss of Death. Both modes will work. Since it's a dagger attack, you will get the +3. This is what I said. Remember, if it says dagger attack, it works with Kiss of Death. If it says dagger weapon, it doesn't. So you'll be able to give Kiss of Death +3, and you'll be able to shred it. Really, really good. Yeah, I agree. I think Marquee Zero would be really cool. I'm interested to see what you cook up. It's a nightmare card. The art says it all. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Chris. It's going to be nuts. This card, my spoiler card, I got to be biased to it. It's amazing. A+. No, I'm just kidding. This card's definitely future-proofing for something. you know, something's coming with allies, or they're just giving assassins ways to deal with allies in the future, which I'm totally cool with. Like, we need that, right? Anyone who played against Jeremiah as Uziri or even Arachne, even worse, like, you know how it feels. So if we get another ally-based hero, which I think we're going to soon, I don't know why they would put this in the set if we weren't, then it's going to help. Really, really nice. Bites are really cool. You can have some really cool interactions. I don't know if this will be like a main board card, especially with some of the new cards that came out today. But this card does have some cool interactions. Joshua Scott brought it up, especially on Kiss of Death turns with like Widow and Toxicity. If you play like a Toxicity and then play Kiss of Death and then play like give a go again through Snapdragons through something, and then you play Bite, flicking, and you flick away the Kiss of Death with Bite's ability because it says target dagger you control, and then it'll proc Black Widow. And it will so like on a Black Widow turn, you play Toxicity, Kiss of Death, get maybe react to try to get them to do something, discard your third card, give it +6, snap it, and then you play Bite. Then and when you flick away Kiss of Death, you'll trigger Toxicity. Let's say it's the red, they lose 5 life. You'll trigger Kiss of Death, which will lose an additional 2 life, 1 from Kiss of Death, 1 from the Flick Knives. That's 7 life. And then you trigger Black Widow on hit, discard a card. And you still have a 3-power Bite. So it's really cool, some of the lines you can do. Granted, that's like Christmas liney, but it's still nice that it's like a possibility. The Ashwing Nuke. Necro next set. I hope Fish. I love Necro. Anytime I've played like a Diablo-like game or something like that, I either do Rogue or like some type of roguish assassin, or I do Necromancer. So I'm super excited for Necromancer. This is a new one from the day. It's a rare Whittle from Bone. Some of these I haven't read all the way through, so we'll talk about them together. Stealth. When this attacks a mark hero, equip a Graphene Chelicera, I'm saying that correctly now, token. Chelicera, I only played like 4 games yesterday, so obviously we'll figure it out. The cool thing about this card is it's very powerful because it works on the reactions of your demis. However, it's really hard to get equipped without like just like, if you go about your turn the wrong way trying to equip this card, you just like completely stall out. Like, it's like insane. You have to really sequence properly, and you almost have to like, at least from the initial games I played, you have to flick away a dagger before you get to the turn where you want to equip this. Like, you're not going to want to be trying to flick a dagger and equip this in the same turn. It's just too many things to have to hoops to jump through to do it effectively. So I think Marionette's going to look to flick early on just any turn that they see they can get value on, and then look to equip this quickly. But yeah. But when this attacks, you just automatically equip. That's really nice. This is really good in Uziri as well. It's a good Uziri card. Yeah, exactly. This is a Uziri card. Yeah, Backstab was in the set. Yeah, I agree. This is a good Uziri card. Good Uziri upgrade. So unlike Syndra, who recycles her daggers, Arachne just makes new tokens of their... For the most part, Shrimp, you can bring your daggers back, and we'll talk about that here in a second. They release some cards today, like Pick Up the Point and Up Sticks and Run, where you can retrieve a dagger from your graveyard by paying a resource. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but yeah. Typically, Syndra's looking to bring her daggers back every turn, whereas all the Arachnes, they are looking to... bring them back intermittently or replace them. I love the red back art. I'm sorry. Like I talked about Reagan. Oh, by the way, let me show this to stream. Hold on a second. I wanted to show off we got the trap door for the playmat. It's sick looking. I love it. Trapdoor is probably my favorite art, and my next favorite is Redback. I love this art. I don't even know why. It just like really clicks to me. I'm gonna love getting this in Marvel. But all that to say, I love the art of this card too. Stains of the red back. I just love the hat. It's so cool. I made a whole video on Graphene. I'll have to watch it, Kidder Fox. You have to link it to me, please. I'll watch it. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. But yeah, if the defending hero is marked, this costs 1 less to play. So if they're marked, it's free. I'm going to love this. I think I'm going to put this in my deck and see how it feels. Target attack with stealth gets +3 and go again automatically. And like even just a 1 for 3 here. I mean, this is basically a hiss, right? Like essentially. It's a hiss at worst. It's the same rate as hiss. And at best, it's a better hiss. Like, this is insane. Like, the fact that they said, you know what? We're just going to make hiss even, like, better. And we're going to make it free. That's basically what they did. And it's a rare. Like, the fact that this isn't a majestic, giving a card automatic go again, even if they blocked out trying to prevent the go again, just nuts. S+ card, in my opinion. I don't know what y'all's thoughts are. Is that still going on? I tried to time. Oh, it's still working on it? Oh, I'm going to watch that Kidder Fox one after my stream's done. Thanks for linking it to me. Let's see here. Is it still on? Okay, they went off, yeah. I tried to wait to go live until the world premiere went off. I didn't want to go on at the same time. Orb Weaver Spinneret. This is a cool card. I don't know, with all these upgrades now, I don't know if this makes the list. Like, we have attacks that equip it. We have a Demi that equips it. This card originally looked like it was going to be a main board. But I think we just have cards that are going to do it better now. Like, would you rather just run attacks that do it, right? Like, maybe not. I could be wrong. Because you could do this and then play a Graphene for 4. Yeah, I agree, Kidder Fox. Like, how much marking threats do you need while also keeping the exact cards you want in the deck? It's going to be so much different. Backstab, I won't go over this. It's a reprint. It's a good reprint to have. Backstab's really sick. Both of these are draft cards. They're really cool, but they're draft cards. We talked about this yesterday. This card is cracked. It's not surgical extraction. I'm not saying it's the same exact level, but they basically gave us a common surgical extraction. I can tell you in the 4 games I played yesterday, this card was online every single time. Like, it's just so good. When the opponent's marked and you play this, it's a 0 for 4 on hit, go again. They banish a card. Like, it's just unreal. Like, it just takes their hand. And if you have a reaction, then this card becomes a 7 power and just does stupid stuff. Cards ridiculous. Yeah, all those I skip for sure. These 3. Mark of the Final Web, same thing. Like, this card is sick. It's a leave no witnesses. More times than not, it's just going to be a stealth leave no witnesses 0 for 4. Unreal card. Okay, we get to some of the new ones I haven't gone over yet. Okay, so Mark the Prey. Stealth, when this hits a hero, mark them. This is really cool. It doesn't have go again, but it does offer you some value in the fact of, like, if you attack someone with, I mean, even something like a powerful tool, like Mark of the Funnel Web, and they're marked, and you hit, it gets to go again, but then you lose the mark, which kind of sucks depending on what your hand structure looks like. Because you could possibly not then go into a Demi, which is what you want to do. So, like, ending your turn on Mark the Prey, threatening to mark them again if they don't block it, like, they might have just taken damage from a prior attack from you, and then you attack with this, and you're like, well, crap, now they're gonna go into a Demi anyway. Or you could just play this card and say, look, I'm gonna get the on hit. You know, maybe there's another on hit, or just do sheer damage. But if you let this hit, I'm going to mark you. And I'm going to go into a Demi anyway. Which, as an opponent, you don't want the Arachne to deal damage to you and mark you. That's just, like, crappy. That sucks. So, really cool card. I like this card a lot. The backside card is wild. What's backside? What do you mean? What's the name of it, Cosmo? Backside. Am I crazy? Oh, paying the backside. When this hits here, oh yeah, we'll talk about this. When this hits here, target dagger, you control deals 1 damage to him. If it's dealt this way, the dagger is hit. Yeah, a go again. This is gonna be so cool to have some of these in the set or in Assassin, because I'm gonna try to run a little bit more go again in Arachne. But yeah, that card is really sick. I was right over it too when I went to search for it. That's funny. Then we have Plunge the Prospect. Stealth. If this is attacking a marked hero, this gets +1. I think this is more of a limited card, but it's also really cool value. Because if you mark with your dagger and then attack with this, it gets +1 from Arachne Marionette's ability if you're not transformed. And +1 from its own ability. So it's a 0 for 5 on hit go again. That's pretty good. Like, that's pretty sick. Oh, the backstab card is wild. The dagger stays. Oh, so you just mark. Oh, I'm sorry. I misread that. You're right. No, that card's insane. We'll talk about that card in a second. That's sick. I haven't read all the cards yet, so I'm a little bit like learning myself. But yeah, this is cool value. Like, I don't think this quite makes the list just because there's so many other good things, but a 0 for 5 when you're not transformed is pretty good. Reaper's Call. The main use case for this card is blue. It's really good, though. Being able to instant speed mark a target. We might not need this as much now since we have so many ways to mark. But it's still a good utility card. That might be... And this is good to lead on with a Take Up the Mantle. Like, you're basically telling your opponent, how much are you going to respect me? Because if you attack with this, they're like, okay, you're doing something. Like, there's no way you're just going to attack me with this thing. But how do you play around Take Up the Mantle? Do you look at my whole grave and decide which card I'm going to go into? And then I just don't do anything and you block 9? You know what I mean? So, like, no one's ever going to overblock on this thing or shouldn't unless it's really obvious so they, like, know you have the card. But at blue, this card's sick. Kidder Fox, I'll leave Uziri to you. I know how Uziri plays, and I feel pretty confident in Uziri. But I'm not as big on Uziri as other people, like, as far as playing it. All these cards are insane, Uziri. Uziri is a hero where I'd have to sit down for, like, which I will, for, like, 2-3 hours and just, like, workshop in my head. And I'll make videos on each Assassin hero for sure. But no, I agree with you. Uziri's going to be sick. Also, Arachne slipped through the cracks. Can we talk about how good that hero is going to be? Like, yes, the Assassin mirrors are going to be hell on earth, but anywhere else, that hero is insane. Absolutely insane. All right, then we have Scuttle the Canal. Stealth, when this attacks a marked hero, it gets go again. Oh, that's nice. Just an easy 0 for 3 block go again. The only crappy thing about this is if it hits, there's no on hit, and you lose your mark. So it's a little bit interesting. I think this is more of a draft card, just because it anti-synergizes with what you were trying to do. Now, when you're transformed, that's different, right? Because you could lead with this on a... Because I gotta think about that. I keep thinking of all these cards in marionette space form and not in a demi form. In demi form, this is really good. Like, you start the turn with this, and it's just a 0 for 3 go again, and you don't have to attack react on it. It's just a way to convert 4-card hands. Yeah, deck building is gonna be so hard, Chris. I agree. Razor's Edge, great reprint. Cards cracked. 0 for 3 block. Now, this card I originally was torn on. It does have good synergy with Kiss of Death because you can just give it +3 or +3 when it hits a hero, mark them. The problem is, like, with this card for me, is it costs 1, and we have such good 0 cost cards. Like, if you're going to play this card, why not just play this card? Like, this can still buff Graphene if it's on the field. This gives go again, and it's potentially free. Where this card's, I think, more of a limited card, in my opinion. I don't think it quite makes the cut. We just have too many good reactions now. Too many good reactions. Kiss of Death, Burr. No, Kiss of Death is unreal. I already reached out to Min-Max, and I was like, I want this, I want this, I want this. So I completely understand. Hunted or Hunter. The art on this is sick, by the way. It's one of my favorite arts. This like caught my eye immediately. When this defends and the attacking hero is played or activated attack reaction, this chain link, they lose a life. So it's potentially a 0 for 4. This trap looks like really kind of like whatever at first, but if we get into a meta where we have a lot of warrior or even a lot of assassin, like if we go into a meta where let's just say Fang is really good and we know that Nu and Usiri and Arachne are going to be like maybe like all 4 of those heroes are like 60% of the meta, then this card all of a sudden is very good. Yeah, exactly, Chris. It's thank God I got a little bit of a bonus. I would have been in trouble. Again, we went over this dagger. It's really weird. This dagger is so good. I am not downplaying the power of this dagger. I could just tell from even just playing a few games for fun, the sequencing to get this dagger out without losing a ton of value, you have to play very soundly, which sounds like a no shit statement, but it really is. It could be a worse blood rot trap, Killer Fox, but they can at least prevent the blood rot damage, whereas this, they're not going to prevent it. So it all depends, but I genuinely agree with you. Now this one, this is one of those, oh, this is so annoying. So annoying, y'all. This is one of those chess pieces that is so good, in my opinion. I love this card, but it's not better than Tunic. So why would I play it? Like, Assassin has several now great chess pieces. Do they just have chest here? Oh, where are you? There's arms. Holy crap, I'm blind. See, now this is going to bug me. There it is. Like, we only have 2, but I just wanted to bring them up. Well, wait. Where's Redback? Oh, it's because I have Hunted. Lol. I know what the chess pieces are off the top of my head. I just want to... Like, we have several good chess pieces. Redback Shroud's very good. Blood Spattered Vest now is very good. Right? Like, we have really cool chess pieces that are just not better than Tunic. Yeah, Control V. Yeah, being able to swap the Graphene Brian is really cool. It does suck that it ceases to exist, but if you have multiple ways to like make more, then it's nice. Need my tax refund immediately, right? I'm going to owe money on taxes this year. It's going to be not a fun time. But yeah, this is a great chess piece, and it's just not as good as Tunic. But you know what? I'm starting to get to the point in the game where I don't care if something's better or worse. I want to play what I want to play, and I want to play this card because the art is sick and the ability is actually very good. Yeah, exactly, Chris, and I hate that. Yeah, that's the other thing, Killer Fox. I was like, if I'm being super objective competitively in the aggro matchups where you don't think you're going to get, let's say, 2 activations out of Tunic, this is just better. It also allows you to... like a yellow could be a blue, or a blue would allow you to have good dagger CNC plays, or daggers like something else plays really good. I really like that. Yeah, my wallet says Blood Spattered is better. 100% Shrimp. This will be like a, I'm a guess. This will be like a $30 card, maybe 20. But yeah. I do wish it was Battle Worn and not Blade Break. I hate that you have to choose to block with it before it dies. So you basically only get 2 activations out of it before it dies, which is a little crappy. That's the only thing I wish they would have done here. This should be Battle Worn in my opinion. So all these are, the leapfrogs are really cool. I mean, we can read one of them. When the opponent plays or activates an attack reaction, you may add this to defending chain link. This is just like the legendary boots where you can add to the chain link. So like you don't have to quite block with it yet, and then you wait to see if they react, and then put it on the chain. So it allows you to like get around under blocking. And we'll talk about the legendary boots here in a second, but these are really cool. I really like these. I won't go over every one of them, but that's basically what it is. So basically, if you had the whole playset in limited, you basically have 4 block if your opponent decides to play an attack reaction that you can then use, which is really nice. Danger digits, attack reaction, destroy this. Target dagger you control that isn't on the active chain link deals 1 damage to the defending hero. If the damage is dealt this way, the dagger is hit, destroy the dagger. It's a one-time Flick Knives. Really nice. Again, if people don't want to pay the $100 that Flick Knives is going to be, because now it's 80, it's going to be 100 by the end of the weekend. This is great. Like, this is a one-time Flick Knives use, right? Like, and it, honestly, in Arachne, this is probably what I would use. If I wasn't using Shriek Razors, I would probably use this one. That's just where my brain would go. All right, let's talk about the card that everybody's super excited about. We're having the same debate in Syndra chat right now. Basically, are this and the Dragon Flight Path worth running over WTR Classics? Well, Christopher, for Dragon Flight Path specifically, I think that's a Jeremiah card, and I think that that is future-proof for Jeremiah. But that's just my opinion. I don't think that card was made with Syndra. I mean, Syndra can use it. It has applicability in Syndra, but I think that card was made with Jeremiah in mind. That's just my opinion. Could be wrong, though. Flight paths are insane, but you need enough boots. Yeah, I agree. Pay in the backside. When this hits a hero, target dagger you control deals 1 damage to them. If it's dealt this way, the dagger has hit. So basically, you can remark, and it doesn't die. This card actually might see pretty good play. It is a majestic. Hello, handsome. What's up, Hank? How you doing, my friend? How you doing, my friend? Hope you're having a good one. I saw you heard you last night in the table pit. Also, that's another thing. Let me look it up. I want to shout them out for 2 seconds. They do a really consistent and cool and fun job, and I think they need, in my opinion, like, they need more people in their chat. Every Thursday night, for anyone who doesn't know, the Table Pit does a, like, live call-in podcast show, right? Where they talk about certain things, but you can go into their Discord and, like, give your take and be on the show and, like, call in, like, a radio show. It's really, really cool. And I think more people need to, like, go to their YouTube channel. So, like, if you don't follow Table Pit, they're every Thursday night. It's like clockwork. You know when they're going to do it. So I don't like it because it blocks 2 either, Kidder Fox, but I could be wrong. At least with Arachne Marionette. Arachne Marionette is like an aggro assassin. You don't really want to block that much. It's pretty funny. Pain in the backside looks interesting purely because it doesn't destroy the dagger. I agree, Chris. The toxic chef, toxicity, kiss of death, could go again, pain backside, flick the... Yep, you can do it like that way. You can do it with kit, bite, the 0-for-3 bite. Anytime that you can give something kiss of death, go again, like on the Widow turn is insane. Yeah, this card's really cool. I'm definitely going to try it. Throw dagger. This is a Assassin Ninja attack reaction. Blue block 3/0 cost. We're already in good territory here. Target dagger you control that isn't on the active chain link deals 1 damage to the main hero. If the damage is dealt this way, the dagger is hit and you draw a card. Destroy the dagger. So this is a blue block 3 Flick Knives activation with that replaces itself. That's pretty nuts. That is pretty nuts. This card's really cool. Because what this card allows you to do is get your mark. Like, for example, let's say you're on a Widow turn. I mean, you could do it either way. Yeah, so let's say you're on a Widow turn and you have this card and any 0-for-3, but let's say Mark of the Black Widow. You don't have to dagger first and then try to mark. Let's say for some reason they're not marked anymore. Whatever the case may be, you can use this to get them to mark and then still, since it draws a card, you could still do the +3 reaction on whatever demi you're on. It's a really cool card. That's really interesting. I definitely want to mess with this card. Perforate. I mean, I'm sure we'll go over here in a second, but. Ooh, that's interesting. That's more better for warrior, in my opinion, but it is good. Cut through. Assassin ninja. If you've hit with a dagger this combat chain, this gets +1 go again. So it's a 0 for 4 go again. So this is more of a ninja card for sure. But I do love that these cards that are like dagger, completely dagger focused. It's similar to how Outsiders had it. They had dagger focused cards. But we might have enough support now to where you could make... It might not be quite as competitive, but you can make like a fun Dagger Matters deck. You know, where you're just like focus all around your daggers. That would be pretty sick. There's a red draw effect too, if you recall correctly. Yeah, probably. We'll find it. Okay, these two I'm super excited about. You may so up sticks and run and pick up the point. Both do the same thing. This is an Assassin Ninja action. You may retrieve a dagger from your graveyard, pay 1 to equip it. Your next dagger attack gets +4. Go again. And it's a 2 block, but it costs nothing to play. And it comes in all 3 colors. You definitely would want to run the reds. When this attacks, you may retrieve a dagger from your graveyard, pay 1 to equip it. It's a 0 for 3, go again. I like this a lot. This allows you to use flick knives more liberally and start to knock people down. I think both of these are extremely good in Syndra, but they're pretty cool. And I'm gonna make a Dagger Matters marionette list for fun, and we'll see how it goes. Oh, Save Your Bloodshed. Yeah, we'll talk about Save. Oh, yeah, that's right. This card's stupid, Chris. I agree. I know which one you're talking about now. Poison Blade. This one's really cool. Whenever a dagger you own hits a hero this combat chain, they lose a life. Just a little bit extra. 1 for 3 go again. 2 blocks, a little bit below rate. That kind of feels bad, but you are getting the extra rate later on. If this card is definitely a Syndra card in my opinion. Definitely a Syndra card. And that's gonna be a cool thing for Syndra. We'll talk about that in a second because we're gonna do assassin cards or ninja cards. Is Syndra's gonna have 2 ways she can play. You can play the cost reduction Draconic archetype, or you can play the Dagger Matters and just focus on your kunai, and like just like getting crazy stuff with that. Yeah, exactly. I knew you'd like that card. Oh, the art on this is sick. I haven't looked at this yet. Assassin Ninja attack action, 2 block, 1 for 3 go again. When this attacks a hero, you may target dagger control deal 1 damage to them. If the damage is dealt with, the dagger is hit, destroy the dagger. So it's a 1 for 3 with the Flick Knives activation. Got it. So the cool thing about these cards, especially for Syndra, is it allows you to destroy both daggers in the same turn a lot more consistently. Since Flick Knives is only a once per turn attack reaction, and you might not want to close the combat chain because that's what Ninja cares about, this allows you to like dagger, Flick Knives on this, destroy 1 dagger, and then also destroy the other dagger with this. So it allows you to destroy both daggers more consistently. It's a bad hurl, yeah, overall, I agree, but it gives you more consistency on being able to destroy both daggers, which Syndra, if you care about a Dagger Matters list, you might want to use more. We'll have to see. I really like this one. It's basically a frailty trap, but with Mark. I really love the art on this. Definitely going to be playing around with the traps and seeing which ones are useful, which ones aren't. Red Alert. Let's see. If an attack reaction has been played, Chain Lead, this gets +1. Okay, so it's a Blade Break 2 if they react on you, which is really cool. That's really sick. So basically all these are, if you have a whole playset of these, on a turn where they're reacting, you could block 8, essentially, 2, 4, 6, 8. Attack reaction, destroy this. Ooh, excuse me. Target attack gets go again. Activate this only if you've played a card or activate an ability this reaction step. So if you react on an attack, then you can react with this and give it go again. That's really cool. It's like a conditional Snapdragon Scalers. That's pretty sick. All right, here's the 2 cards that Chris was talking about. Perforate. This one's more of a warrior card in my opinion, but it's still good. You may attack with target dagger an additional time, and its attacks cost you 1 less to activate this turn. But it costs 1. If this costs 0, this would be sick, but I understand why they didn't do that. It'd just be too good. So off of a single blue, you could effectively Yeah, off of a single blue, you could attack with a dagger, play this, it replaces itself, then use a card you replace with to attack again. I think it's definitely better for Fang, but it's really cool. I love the art too. Now this card, this is a card me and Kidder Fox were talking about before the stream. This card's dumb. Your next dagger attack this turn gets +4. It's a 0 cost block 3. The next time you hit a marked hero with a dagger this turn, draw a card. Yeah, it's because it draws a card, Jose. I get why they did that, but I think you don't really care to attack with multiple daggers in Assassin, initially at least. But in Fang, it could be really good. This card is insane in Assassin. Like, this card with Graphene is actually really, really good. Because Graphene says when this attacks a marked hero, the attack gets go again. And so you could essentially attack a 1-for-5 go again Graphene if they're marked. And on hit draw a card. And then if, let's say you're in some, like you start your turn. I use Widow as the example every time because Widow's so good. But Widow, you know, discard an assassin card. Target assassin attack is +3. If it has stealth, it gets when it hits a hero, the banish a card. So let's say you have a 3-card hand with a blue. And you play this card, giving your dagger +4. Then you play this as a 1-for-5. And you have that last card in your hand. Look, it didn't have to be a blue. And you get that last card in your hand to make it a 1-for-8. On hit, draw a card, and they have to banish a card on a dagger. Like, that's just so mean. So mean. This card is so good. So good. Or you could even just attack. You don't even have to attack with Graphene. You could attack with Hunter's Clave off of a blue. Or a yellow. And all of a sudden, it's a 1-for-5. On hit, mark them again. And they discard, or they don't discard a card, and you draw a card. And then you can go attack with something else with Black Widow. I think this card definitely makes the list. All right, we're almost to the end, then we'll talk about the... yeah, that card's cracked. Can concur, this card is ridiculous. Yeah, exactly. To the point, target dagger gets +3 if the defending hero is marked. Instead, it gets +4. This is really cool. Again, if you're wanting to do a dagger matters list, I think this is really good in Warriors as well. But I want to make a Arachne Marionette Dagger Matters list. I really want to try to do that just for fun. I think it actually could be pretty good. But we'll have to see. Cut from the same cloth. Target opposing hero reveals their hand. If an attack reaction card is revealed this way, mark them. Your next dagger attack gets +4 and has go again. So it's a +4 buff that allows you to see your entire opponent's hand and potentially mark them. It's only going to be good in certain matchups like against Warrior or Assassin, but I do like this card because I think the ability to see their whole entire hand can't be underestimated, right? Like it could change how you do your turn. No, does it say dagger weapon? Wait. The way I understand the rules, Tyler, yes. What's up, Blaze? How you doing, my friend? Everyone, make sure you go follow Blaze. Blaze is like the king of live content in Flesh and Blood. So if you like watching live gameplay, Blaze is where you need to go. By my understanding of the rules, Tyler, you can attack with Kiss of Death an additional time. Because it's a dagger. It's not a dagger weapon. It says target dagger. So the way I'm understanding this card, you can... Because Joshua Scott said, and quote, in the Purple Discord, let me get Moonlight Solace. Yo, yo, yo. Thank you so much, whoever that was that subscribed. Oh, Aggro Blaze. Oh, you put a member... You did not have to do that, Blaze. You're the homie, my friend. You are the homie, my friend. You did not have to do that. Thank you so much, my friend. You didn't do that, man. I will be in your... Are you streaming today, Blaze? Why is it not letting me Look up what Moonlight Solace said. For it. I know where I can look for it. Hold on a second, y'all. I'll look for y'all. I'm doing this for you. Blaze, thank you again, man. You didn't have to do that. Here we go. 4 for 8. Wow, no one's talked about it yet. I'm almost positive, based off my understanding of the rules, that you can attack with Kiss of Death again. But we will double check on that. Talked about this. Incision, target attack gets +3. This is really cool. I mean, this is more of a limited card just because all the other cards are so powerful. This probably doesn't make a list. But having a 0 for 3, block 3, Razor Reflex, essentially, not both abilities, but it's pretty nice. And this is Dagger attack, so this works with Kiss of Death. You can buff Kiss of Death with this. Again, you wouldn't put it in the list just because of Kiss of Death, but it's pretty good. 0 for 3, block 3. That buffs 3. It's basically, yeah. It's unconditional Iron Song response for Warrior. Well, at least for Dagger Warriors. Scar Tissue, target Dagger attack gets +3, and when it hits a hero, mark them. It's a 2 block. It's pretty good. Again, I cannot wait to make a Dagger Matters Assassin deck. Take a stab. Target Dagger gets +3. When it hits a marked hero, you may attack with it an additional time this turn. A little bit better for Warrior, I think, than Assassin, but still really cool. I'm surprised that this is not a... It'd probably be too powerful, but I'm surprised this is not a Warrior Ninja dual class. This seems like more of a Warrior Ninja dual class to me. Den of the Spider, when this defends and attacks, this is Inertia Trap, but for marking. Really good. I really like the traps. They're really cool. All right, so we are going into this side pretty blind. I did make a Syndra list, but that was before everything came out today. I haven't even looked at the Ninja cards today. So some of these we're going to be looking together at the first time, but that's a good thing, right? The Kunai, won't go crazy on this. Card's good. Like, played a couple games with Conrad yesterday and watched Blaze even play a couple games on stream. The ability for this card to be flicked and keep Mask and Momentum alive, and then on good turns, you're attacking with 4 Kunai because you attack with both. They both break in some way, shape, or form. Bring them both back. Attack again. Absolutely insane. I think Syndra's going to be very good. This card, again, stupid. Again, what we just talked about. You can Dagger, play this. When this attacks a hero, each dagger you control deals 1 damage to them. If the damage is dealt this way, the daggers have hit. So literally, off of a single blue in this card, not even a blue, a yellow, you could Dagger, Blood Runs Deep, kill both, flick away both daggers, bring them back with Syndra's ability. Can't see it right now because for anyone that's not aware, most people are, but just in case. Whenever you hit a marked hero, create affiliate token once per turn. Instead, pay 3, equip 2 Draconic daggers from your graveyard. This costs 1 less for each Draconic chainlink you control. So off of a yellow and this, theoretically, you could attack with both daggers, attack with this, and then attack with both daggers again. So 2 cards 6, but it's over 5 chainlinks, threatening Mask Momentum. Assassin stuff is the good stuff. See you, Kid Fox. You have a good day, my friend. Ignite, really cool art. I'm not sure why this is a Majestic. Not because it's bad. It's just the other Majestics in this set are actually stupid. So I'm interested to see what this card does. When this attacks, the next Draconic card you play or activate this combat chain costs 1 less to play or activate. Go again. 0 for 2. If you're really trying to go all in on cost reduction, this is a cool card, but I just don't think the damage is quite worth it, but I could be wrong. Could be wrong. I keep hoping I will join Assassin one day, but that hasn't come yet. I wanted to play new, but then when I tried it, everyone was on CYB. Yeah, CYB We don't touch CYB in this house. This is an anti-CYB stream. Sorry, not sorry for anyone. I got you, Kidder Fox. Yeah, it's not insane, Blaze, and it's a majestic, which is so weird considering how good the majestics are. All right, I haven't seen this one yet. Or I haven't looked at it yet. Demonstrate devotion. If you control 2 or more Draconic chain links, this gets go again. When this attacks a hero, create a fealty token. But it has no go again. No go again's a little bit rough. Like, the fealties are nice. I guess if you're really trying to use a generic Matters Syndra list and you really want those fealty tokens, this could be a good chain ender. I wish it was a 1 for 5. The fact that it's a 1... Oh, it gets go again. Okay, so not having go again initially sucks, but... Okay, so it gets go again. So you basically have to play this on Chain Link 3. Or Chain Link... Yeah, no, Chain Link 2. You play this on Chain Link 2. Okay, it's a lot better. I gotta slow down when I read these, because I haven't read all these yet, so I apologize if I screw up some rules. Or I just don't read the card, because reading is very hard for me, if y'all haven't been able to tell yet. Yeah. 1 for 4 go again that creates a fealty. That's pretty good. Because, I mean, let's be real. This is always going to have go again. I think anything that reduces costs will be good. A lot of good payoff cards that cost 1 to end the chain. No, I agree, Chris. I think that's where my initial list went with Syndra, is just cost reduction stuff. Because she has some pretty nutty lines. Display loyalty. If you control 2 or more Draconic chain links, this gets go again. When it hits, create fealty token. So it's the same thing. It's just a 0 for 3 version. So basically, you play this on chain link 2 and create fealty. That's pretty sick. This card's just dumb. This card's just dumb. So, one thing you can do with this card is you can play R the Dragon. Have to give it go again somehow. So, like, R the Dragon, where's R the Dragon at? R the Dragon Blood. When this attacks, if it is Draconic, it gets go again, and the extra 3 Draconic cards you play this turn cost 1 less to play. So, you use a fealty token on Chain Link 1 to play this. 0 for 4 go again. So, that's 4 damage. Then you play Spreading Flames, which gets cost 1 reduction for 3. You're at 7 damage. Then you play this for free. It's going to cost 1 less from Spreading Flames, and then 2 less from the Draconic chain links you control, or whatever you want to do, or 3 less even. This is for free. When this attacks, daggers you control get +1 and cost 1 less to activate this combat chain. So now, R the Dragon Blood still gives you cost reduction for 1 more. So we've gone 4, 3, 3. Then you do Dagger, Dagger. And they get +1 each from Spreading Flames and +1 from Wrath of Retribution. So they're all coming in for 3. So we just did 4 +3 on Spreading Flames is 7. +3 on Wrath is 10. Then you do +3 on both daggers. That's 13, 16. Then you end on Blood Runs Deep, which is going to get +1 from Spreading Flames. So that's 18. You're going to flick both daggers, and since they deal 1 damage, they're going to deal an additional damage. So we're at 18, then it's 20, 22. So that's it. And then you bring the daggers back, and since they cost 1 less due to Wrath of Retribution, they're still free. And then you attack with them again with Spreading Flames. Like, you could do like a 4-card, 26, 28. I'm really bad at freaking math, but that's basically how that goes. I wish I could like do it right now, but that's basically how that goes. I did that all on the fly, trying to remember it. But you could basically do like a 4-card 26, 4-card 28 for free. I'll probably make a video on that. How many cats do you have? We have 3, yeah. I'm trying to make a full redline build with tomes. Not sure if that's where I'll end up in the long run, though. Yeah, some people are trying tome with Imperial Flame. I think there's something there, but it's going to be a little hard. You're going to have to run some other stuff. No, it doesn't get the +1 from Wrath. Correct. Yes. You're correct in that. R the Dragon will be 4. Spreading Flames will be 3. Wrath will be 3. Each dagger will then be 3. So you have 4 + 3 + 3 is 10. Each dagger is 3. That makes 16. Blood Runs Deep gets +1 from Spreading Flames. So that's 19. but it's also going to flick both daggers, which will deal 2 damage, since one from Wrath and one from... well, I wonder how that works. If they're dealing 1 damage, do they get the +1? If they don't, then that's a little bit... It's still good. It's still over a 4-card 20 without pitching anything. So, really, really cool. I'm going to have to play around with that and make some videos on some lines with Wrath of Retribution, because it does some cool stuff. We have Blood Drop here. This costs 1 less to play for each Draconic Chain Link you control. It's a 0 for 2 go again. This is just a good common. Like, it's probably not going to see any play in competitive. Really low limited card, but really cool. Same thing with Bloodline. This is 0 for 3 if you have it on Chain Link 3, so it's more of a limited card. They don't get the +1? Okay, that's fine then. That would make sense. It's still 4, 3, 10, 13, 16, 18, and then 19, 20 from flicking both daggers. Bring both daggers back. Then they attack for 3 and again each. So 26, 4-card 26. Still pretty good. They put mech in the expansion slot to let us know there will be some confusing interactions with these cards. Agreed. Oh, I haven't even read the mech expansion. I'll read that later. But yeah, no, I saw that. I just didn't read it. Burning Blade Dance. If you control 2 more Draconic Chain Links, this gets go again, and when it hits a hero, you may have a target dagger you control deal 1 damage to them. If damage is dealt this way, the dagger is hit. So it's a Flick Knives activation on a 0 for 3. It's pretty good. Again, I think having these type of cards in your list for Syndra specifically is going to be very good, because you're going to want ways where you can destroy both daggers without breaking the chain. Because this says destroy this when the combat chain closes. But if you don't want the chain to close because of Mask of Momentum, being able to flick away 1 dagger with Flick Knives and then get rid of the other dagger with these type of effects is going to be really important. So I think these kind of cards are really good. Yeah, plus Mask of Momentum Killer Box if they don't block it out. Syndra Skin Devotion, Dust Runner Outlaw, both really good reprints. Hot on their heels. If you control 2 or more Draconic Chain Links, this gets go again. When it hits a hero, mark them. So if you play this on Chain Link 2, you'll control 2. It'll get go again and on hit mark, which is really nice. You're wanting to mark so you can make fealty tokens. Really, really good. And for anyone that's not aware of what fealty does, because I've seen some people be a little bit weird on it. Instant. Destroy this. The next card you play this turn is Draconic. At the beginning of your end phase, if you haven't created a fealty token or played a Draconic card, destroy it. So you can keep the fealty tokens up as long as you're playing Draconic cards or creating fealties. But yeah, Lava Vein Loyalty, great reprint. Mark with Magma. If you control 2 or more Draconic Chain Links, this gets go again. When this hits a hero, mark them. So it's the same thing. It's the 1 for 4 version of Hot on their heels. I think both of these are really good. They might. What I like about these cards is they're block 3s. So you're able to have like a bunch of Lava Vein Loyalty like cards in your deck that are all Draconic, where you could have the same offensive output that like a normal Fi deck would have or something like that, but you have the block 3 flexibility. I think that's going to be really, really cool. Like, would you rather be running a bunch of Brandon with Cinder Claws? I'm just saying a random 0 for 3. Or Dust Runner Outlaws, or Soaring Strike, or Mounting Anger. All those are very good offensive cards, but they all block 2. Whereas these cards can mark, which is really important for you, but also block 3. I think that's really good. Ronin Renegade are the Dragon Blood. We already talked about this. This card's synergy with Spreading Flames is very good. It also has synergy even with simple cards like Mark with Magma. Being able to play like a Brand with Cinder Claw into Art of the Dragon Blood, into Mark with Magma, into Wrath of Retribution, into Kunai Kunai. Like, you can just have these crazy, crazy 20, 30 damage turns without pitching a single card. Very, very good. Then we get to this stupid card. This card's so good. When this attacks, if a Draconic attack was the last attack this combat chain, banish this. If you do, you may play it this turn. If it has to hit, this is basically a snatch. And if you can use fealty tokens on this, as long as you have fealty tokens, theoretically, and the resources to pay for it, you could just keep attacking with this over and over. Let me read Salt one more time for you. Aggro. No, it would not get the +1 from the flick because the attack didn't hit, just the link blaze. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, if Syndra had access to Kiss of Death, it would. No, it wouldn't get the +1, Kidder Fox, because it says for each attack that has hit this combat chain. Flick kniving a dagger isn't considered an attack. The link still hits, but the attack did not hit. Yeah. No, stab wound, yeah, it works for stab wound. It doesn't work for flick knives. Yep. Yeah, as long as you have fealty tokens and resources to pay, your opponent has to block this at some point. Like, theoretically, if you had a blue and 3 fealty tokens and this card, you could just play this card 3 times, and they would have to continue. Well, no, if it's a last, if it was a last attack. So if you had a 3-card hand, like with a Baran with Cinderclaw or whatever into this, and you had a blue, you could theoretically attack with this 3 times if you had 3 fealty tokens, and they choose not to block it. So, really funny. This card I want to be good. I don't know why this is a Majestic, because it kind of fights itself, and I'll talk about it. For one, the art's amazing, and I just love this card. Prowess of Agility, 0 blue block, 3 Ninja Aura. Says when you attack for the 4th time during a turn, you may destroy this. If you do, draw a card. So it's just unconditional as long as you attack for the 4th time. At the beginning of your end phase, if you attack less than 3 times this turn, destroy this. The reason this card is hard is because you can't just play this by itself and then end your turn, because it'll destroy. You have to play this at the end of a chain link. Like, you have to attack 3 times and then play this card. Like, if you block with 3 cards and then just play this, it'll just destroy immediately, because it'll move to your end phase and you haven't attacked 3 times. You know what I mean? Like, it sucks. And I want it to be good, but I don't think it is. I don't think it is, sadly. These are both, is this one too? So these 2 are draft. This one's actually a pretty cool chain ender. When this attacks, if it is Draconic, it gets, when it hits a hero, put a negative counter on equipment they control, then if it has 0, destroy it. This is actually pretty good. This is like a really good use case for fealty tokens, because you're hurting their block value, and you're also like potentially getting rid of like key pieces of equipment for certain people. Like, this could kill a tunic, right? Like, yeah, 100% Hendrick. I'm probably going to play like a 1-of just because I love the card. There are use cases for it for sure. But this card's really good. I think this is one of the best cases for fealty tokens. Like, this is sick. Being able to kill someone's tunic potentially turn 1 or turn 2, right? Like, being able to make fealty tokens and then make this Draconic. I think this card's pretty good. I'd like to see like a 1 or a 2 of in the list. This is a really cool card. I think this is more of a limited, but it has really good value. Being a 1 for 7, it's pretty nice. It's a good chain ender. Good way to use your fealty tokens. And now we're starting to see, do you want to go pure Draconic and just do cost reduction and go for these super long play lines, or do you want to go for these value plays with your fealty tokens and mark, and then you do that? We'll have to see. What's up, Nicholas? How you doing, my friend? How many more we got? We got a good amount. Okay, sick. Let's see. Silver Talents. I love the art on this card so much. When I saw this card, I was like, this is sick. It's a 0 for 4. When this attacks a hero, if it is Draconic, you may have a target dagger you control deal 1 damage to them. If it is dealt this way, the dagger is hit, destroy the dagger. So it's a 0 for 4 with Flick Knives. It doesn't have Go Again, which sucks. I wish it did. But they are making more of a Dagger Matters list. Oh, I agree, Nicholas. There's like, all 3 heroes have like 2 or 3 like full archetypes you could make out of them. Like Dagger Matters builds, or like more like talent focused builds. We haven't even one thing we don't have. Wait, let me look at something here. This just was an epitome to me, or epiphany to me. Hold up. Okay, not chest. We didn't get any chaos cards. Like, does anyone else notice that? I'm really sad about that. I mean, I know it's just like cake and eat it too type thing, but like, there's no chaos cards other than the Fabled and Spurlocked. That sucks. Like, that feels really bad. I wanted that. It's fine. We can't have everything, you know. This set's good enough. Ah, you can't cut Nick, Fox. There's too many good cards for Nick. Too many good cards for Nick. I don't know about that, Kidder Fox. First tenant, strike first. When this attacks, your next Draconic attack, this combat chain gets +1. So this is basically a 0 for 4 go again. 2 block. Pretty good. Pretty standard. If this, same thing with this one, it's a 1 for 4. It's potentially a 1 for 5. And then if the Draconic attack was the last attack, this combat chain just gets go again. This is like basically a Lava Vein Loyalty. Essentially, it's literally Lava Vein Loyalty, just reprinted. Tag the target. When this hits a hero, mark them. I think this is just a good staple, like the Ronin Renegade of Syndra. Same thing with this. This is the Dust Runner Outlaw of Syndra, basically. And then we have this chest, which is also really good. This actually might be more useful in Syndra because she might want to play Tunic, but you also Flamescale Furnace. If you're not running Tome with Imperial Flame or Phoenix Flames, I think Flamescale Furnace isn't as useful in Syndra. So this card might actually end up being better. We all have all the Leapfrog. We went over that stuff. We went over Throw Dagger. Okay, and then all these we went over. So yeah. And I've talked about this card a lot. Katsu, I love you to death, but you're just not good. Katsu's arguably the worst hero in the game. I'm trying to think of a hero that is worse, but I can't. Like, I would venture to say last month, or even this month, Katsu has the worst win rate on Talishar. Let's see. 34%. 32 for Teklevasan. I'm sorry. Teklevasan might be worse. It does work with Kiss of Death, which is sick. See, Ollie is bad, Sarah, but Ollie at least can have a fatigue game plan that can really just, like, screw up some decks, whereas Katsu isn't good at anything. Oh, yeah, Quickstock Fletcher's. We can talk about that. We can talk about this thing. This stupid card. They just want old him back that bad, Blaze. They want him back that bad. I swear. Also, Command and Conquer is a legendary now. It's legendary level good, so I get it. Where are you? Wait, what's this? I want to read this. Oh, that's pretty good. Wait, am I stupid? Oh, is it just like not even an expansion slot? Is it just a generic legendary? Wait, am I crazy? Hold up. I know I've passed it like 3 times and y'all probably see it, and I'm sorry. Oh, they reprinted Rage Reflex in the set. Oh, there you are. I should have searched it. I'm dumb. Kano catches strays, right? They don't want Kano to ever LL. Defense reaction, pay 1 resource, add this to the active chain link as a defending card. It has 2 base, this chain link. At the beginning of the end phase, if it's defendant's turn, destroy it. So, this is so stupid. So, essentially, if you have the resources to pay for the card, this just infinitely blocks until your opponent ends their turn and you have the resources to pay it if they keep attacking you with different chain links. So, off the most simple and non-Christmas line use cases, a single blue could block for 6 over 3 links, 2 each. So 2, They attack again, pay 1 to switch it to the next chain link, pay 1 to switch it to the next chain link, and essentially it blocks for 6. So on a big, huge Syndra turn where they try to hold all their cards to attack you, you could essentially keep blocking with this, which is actually insane. This also is very good, in my opinion, for decks that don't like to block. Like Enigma, I could see arguing running this over Meridian Pathway. I could see you wanting to run this over Meridian Pathway. Especially against aggro decks. Card's stupid. Let's have some good... We have a couple cool generic cards. Like, this card... This card is pretty cool. Discard this next 3 times. It's a defense reaction. It has some good flexibility. Dual threat's really cool. If you've attacked with a weapon this turn, the next attack action card you play this turn gets +3. If you've attacked with an attack action card this turn, the next weapon attack you play with gets +3. It's really good for Warrior, and it's good in general. I think if you don't care about breaking the chain, this is pretty sick. Well, yeah, the common ones are the 1 blocks, Nicholas. I like this card. I don't know. I just like this card. When this attacks a hero, they reveal their hand. If an attack reaction card is revealed this way, you may search your deck for a defense reaction card, reveal it, then shuffle it and put it on top. This is a really cool card into like a heavy reaction meta. Like if we go into a heavy warrior assassin meta, this actually might be pretty good. I like it a lot. This card is really good. Obviously, this is the creator card as well. They had some pretty cool generics in here too. But yeah, like, so all I have to say, I'm literally, where's mine? Bonk, bonk. We're just going to do this. I'm probably just going to delete my list because it doesn't even matter anymore. This card will end brute games. Okay, so I want to play this card. I really do. We're going to put it in the maybe slot right now, right? I'm basically going to bully myself into playing this card. You know what? We're going to do this, and we'll just put Tunic in the side later. We'll do it right now. I want to play this card. I do not want to play Tunic. It is boring. All right, so Hunter's Clave with the new Assassin goodies. What's up, Card Fight? How you doing, my friend? I haven't talked to you in forever, man. We need to catch up. We need to catch up. All right, Mask of the Seed's definitely in there. I just want all Assassin equipment. As like I know Snapdragon Scalers is objectively better, but I want all my equipment to be Assassin, for the love of God. Like, I've been wanting to play I've almost played Redback Shroud and Arachne during like PQ season just to play it, just so I can have all cold foil Assassin equipment in my freaking thing. Yeah, I wish this blocked 2. It basically blocks 1, but okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and just decide what hunted cards we want in the set first. So, yep, Assassin deck. Cool. Yeah, I need to get into some conversations with you and Killer Fox Card Fight and Lucas, because I need to be able to workshop with some people. It sucks not being able to workshop with people. Target opponent here reveals a hand if attack crash or reveal list. So this card, sorry, I got honed in on again. I'm going to make a Dagger focus list next, just for fun. Save your bloodshed first, right? Let's put these in the maybe. Let's put the traps in the maybe. Kiss of Death is definitely in there. Mark of the Black Widow is definitely in there. Traps are in the maybe board. I'm putting Funnel Web in there initially. The one that marks on hit, maybe. This one is interesting. I want to have this in the list. We're going to put this in the list initially. I like this card a lot. I like the fact that I can lead with a 0 for 3 that basically marks my opponent. Essentially, this is a 0 for 4 that marks your opponent. Essentially, like really. Card's good. I don't care that it's a 2-block. You could just start with the Majestics first. I don't know why I do this. All right, the Retrieve mechanics, I'm going to put those in freaking... Razor's Edge, definitely in there for sure. Save Your Bloodshed's definitely going to be in there for sure. Yep. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I like this a lot. What we're going to have to be careful on is how many reactions we have in the list. Because, like, I'm just going to throw every reaction in the list that I would like. I don't like 2 sides of the blade anymore. I'll put it in the maybe, but I just don't think it's good enough anymore. This card is very interesting. We'll keep it in the side for now. And this is the other Retrieve. We'll put that in the side. I didn't have him in yellows in my original list, so we'll go ahead and skip the yellows. Other than take up the mana, of course. Oh, it is. It's so good. I agree with you, Killer Fox. Okay, for blues, we're definitely running my trap. No, I'm just kidding. This is going to be in the sideboard, or in the maybe board, just to have it. I do like the idea of having Bite in the list just for those Kiss of Death plays, if I ever get to do it. But it might not end up being worth it. Mark of the Black Widow will be a blue. Mark of the Funnel Web will be a blue for sure. Mark the Prey might end up making it. This card is so cool. I want this card to work. This card might end up coming in at blue. This card is definitely a maybe as well. Whoa. I hate when it does this. Screw me up. Yep, there we go. Yeah, the redback reaction is very good. This is definitely a maybe. This one might end up coming into. Our blues, we can be a lot. Our blues got a lot better. This is something I'm interested on. Like, this could give one of our stealth attacks just automatic go again. What do y'all think? What do you think about this Critter Foxing card fight? I'm interested to hear y'all's thoughts. Or anybody, really, but I know those two eat and breathe Assassin. I really like the idea of this card, though. It is a generic, so you can't discard it. But giving your attack, like, automatic go again might end up being worth it. Interested to hear y'all's thoughts. I'll put it in the maybe for right now, but I think that card's pretty sick. Well, yeah, I have redback in the list, but it's a blue block 3/0 cost that can give something go again. I kind of like that. Oh, and he is from Belittle Minnowism, isn't he? Hold up. You're right about that. That's so funny. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, I'll keep it in the side for now. Reaper's Call we can put in. I want to have this in just to have it. I can tell you right now, card fight, I only played 4 games, complete grain of salt. 2 against Syndra, 2 against Fang. Arachne Marionette does not want to block. At all. We're going to have to put a spur locked in there eventually. We already know we're going to have to do that. That's just, we don't have a choice in the matter. Got to have some fun with it, you know? Okay, and then we add in the normal assassin stuff. Leave no witnesses definitely goes in. Put some traps in the maybe board. Bodies in the maybe board now. Flesh is in the maybe board. We have a bunch of cards in the maybe board, but I'm going to do this on purpose because I'm going to make this public for people to look at. Incision is an interesting addition for a Dagger Matters list. I like having Infiltrate in the list, personally. Nick is really good to have in the list. Leave no witnesses we're going to have in the list. Might be a merchant, right? I don't think we need shreds in the list, but I mean, I'll put these in the side just to have them in there so people can mess with it later. Toxicity is a funny addition with Kiss of Death if anyone wanted to do it. Codex definitely is going in. I like Eradicate as a card. The isolates are also interesting because of Take Up the Mantle. Now, things have to line up correctly, but it's really cool to be able to potentially do that. Shreds are Spreading Plague's also a very good one. If anyone's ever played Solitary Confinement, people will overblock the crap out of you. And, like, I got 3 Blood Rot Pox tokens off the other day. Bonds of Agony is definitely going in. Conceal Blade is a maybe. So I'm just going through this really quick, y'all, and then we can talk about it. But I'm doing the obvious ones. Persuasive Prognosis. Blue Shred's a maybe. Surgical's in for sure. We are at 60 cards exactly. Look at that. That's crazy. It's actually bonkers. Yeah, Coercive Tendency I don't think is worth it anymore. There's just not enough contract support. It sucks. It is a good fatigue tool, but Infect is a possibility, Nicholas. But we have so many good on-hit stealth cards now that Infect just might not make the list. Like, we have so many actually annoying on-hits. That would be funny, Tyler. If they made like a merchant. We don't have CNC in the list yet either. Which is really funny. Or E-Strike. Let's just put them in the list for now. I think you're going to need this because you're going to need to race some people down. I think Looking for Scrap's going to have to be in the sideboard because you're going to have to use it for Syndra. So, like, what do we get rid of? Or do we just not worry about putting Looking for Scrap in the list and just have Pain in the backside in the list so we can get that mark but still have the Go Again ability? That might end up being the case. I want Infiltrate to be good too. I just like it because it's a 0/3 banish with upside, and like to me that's good enough. Like literally yesterday, or when was it? What did I use? Oh yeah, it was yesterday against Conrad. He was on Fang, or Syndra, and I used Infiltrate and hit, and I banished to Command and Conquer. So I got to play Command and Conquer next turn. So, like, looking at this, let's just go ahead and how many blues do we have? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, which is where I want to be in blues. So blues are in a good spot. Vincent, no. Listen, whenever you hear people talk about the Assassin Vincent matchup, it is like the most irrelevant 90-90 matchup in the world. Like, I have had next to zero issues with any Vincent, and I've played against very good Vincent players. But then Vincents will tell you, like, you just got to know when to hyper banish and when not to, and know when to block out and when not to. Like, I don't see Vincent as that big of an issue. Viscerai can be a little rough, but I also think you can fatigue Viscerai if you do it properly. You also can just run tech cards, Erase Face, Humble, stuff like that, if you really want to have more game into that matchup. Prism's hard, but Prism is a little bit easier now than it used to be. Yeah, Vincent's a 90-90. You always hear Vincent players say it's easy, and then you talk to a freaking... What do you think, Kidder Fox? So right now we have 63. How many stealth attacks do we have? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. That's a pretty good amount. I'm happy with that. And I kind of don't want to go lower than 30. Do we think Razor's Edge is worth it at this point? Oh, yeah, I haven't done the sideboard, Kidder Fox, yet. Prism Enigma is 99. That's such a skill-intensive matchup, though. Yeah, I'm going to put it in. I'm talking about just... Kidder Fox, I truly think you're going to need stuff like E-Strike to race Syndra. I would cut Razor's Edge before I cut E-Strike. I agree with the Razor's Edge cut, but Syndra goes so fast, and if you don't find the right disruption immediately, you need to be able to race. Because right now we have, what, 3, 6, 9, 12 reactions, which is about where I want to be. We do. I do agree with that card fight. I don't want more than 9 non-class cards in the deck. Right now we're at 6. And if I ever swap anything in that's a non-class card, I will swap out a non-class card. I agree. You don't want more than 6 to 9. Widow. Kano's not real. It can't hurt us. So we're going to probably run... We need to keep Flick Knives. I want to keep Black Tex in the list. Probably just... Honestly, if I'm not going to run Tunic, I'm just going to run the chest. I want to keep Mask of the Sea. I want to keep both my daggers, because if I'm going to be bringing daggers back and flicking them and stuff. What do you need AB2 for? Are you just AB2 so you can get around... So you can get around the Looming Doom? Is that the only... Or you're trying to prep for maybe a Cilio? Like, either you run AB1 or AB3, in my opinion. I'm just going to go put some of these in the sideboard that I know I'm going to want in there. I need to put these on the side. Oh no. Where is it? I don't think Kano is actually real anymore, but that's just my opinion. If you go into the Kano, you're just like, well, whatever. YOLO. I think initially I want to tech for Misfail and like even Viscerai I'm not going to care to tech for. I don't think it's going to be represented enough. I'm going to care about Syndra, Enigma, New, and Zen. I think those are the ones you're going to have to care the most about. I don't think it's better than Tunic Gust, but I want to play it. Like, look. We're going to change the name of this to yes, Tunic is better, but I don't care. You would add Dodgers? I guess you would, wouldn't you? Would you, though? Is there ever a situation... I guess, yeah, in the Syndra, it's really good. Weakest links, I agree with. I think those are just good all around. Those are in the maybe board, though. I definitely want that all you got. I think that's literally going to be good into pretty much everything. Snags, I think New's going to be extremely relevant in the meta. She got such good upgrades. It's insane. The fact that she can use Hunter's Clave is like almost not fair. I hope so, card fight, because Fang's really cool, but the cards released today definitely give me more hope for Fang. Does this actually matter to go in? Because we're never... I don't know. Is this ever worth it, though? I think that's in the maybe board for me right now. I think weakest links definitely go in. I agree with that one. I think Snag is going to be insane. Although, one thing about Snag, it does not work on the Demi Heroes. If you get +3 from a Demi Hero, Snag will not work. That's the funny part. Yeah, Dodgers may end up being good Killer Fox. I'm just thinking, like, if there's ever a time where I'm going to want to do that. You might be right, though. It depends how good Syndra actually is. Because, again, to our matchups, the only time you play is the Syndra. I don't even think you play this against Zen. I mean, you could, but Zen's not even going that wide. It is a double-edged sword, but I think it's necessary because when I play new, I'm going to take out some of my blues. And I'd rather just take out my surgicals since I already have several. Zen is going pretty wide, but like, I don't know. I always take the game plan in the ninja of trying to kill them. I'm not trying to block them because you're not going to. Especially Zen and Syndra. If you try to block them out, you're just going to die. They're going to kill you. Could try it, see how it feels. We're at 80 with that. I wouldn't mind fitting in some traps, though. I just gotta be careful. Because, like, I think in this list, Command and Conquer comes out against Syndra just because you don't really need it. She's probably not going to end on an Arsenal a ton. And you have Mark of the Funnel Web anyway. So are there any big stealth cards, like attacks, that we're missing that we just really would want the list? I don't think so. Oh, we got another spoiler card? What else we got? Oh, it's all the normal stuff. Fang got some good stuff. Bonds of Attraction might be good. It's like, is it better than... Would I rather have Bonds of Attraction over Infiltrate? You know what I mean? And you could argue yes. There might be a way where we can inch in some other stuff. Because, like, I run 3 above everything at the start. And then I figure out what I'm seeing too much of and what I don't like. And then I start doing, like, onesies and twosies of stuff. Like, this is a really interesting card. It just doesn't have an on-hit. Yeah, so flipping into an agent is interesting card fight because there is some level. Like yesterday, everything felt good, but there was one game where literally I flipped into redback, tarantula, redback. And redback was super good. Like, that was crazy. But then one game I flipped into tarantula. What was it? Orb Weaver, Funnel Web. I didn't need Funnel Web in the moment, so then I blocked with Mass to go to Widow. I think that you're not really trying to stay in the base form or not stay in the base form. I think it's just good no matter what because you don't know what your next hand's going to be, so you can't really make that determination. And with all the reactions you have, like, basically what I but what I saw yesterday in a lot of instances was I was looking to just play one attack on demi turns. Like, unless you go into redback, you're just trying to go as tall as possible. So, like, a good demi turn was like, you know, Mark with the Black Widow, you're going into that attack mark since you transformed anyway. And then your hand is something of the nature of, like, you know, Tarantula Toxin, something else, like 2 or 3 reactions. Or Tarantula Toxin and, like, let's say, take up the mantle, you choose not to banish, and then you discard your last card. And so it's getting +9, basically, or +6 with a shred. So, like, I think that's what you're looking to do is on those turns is just have this crazy 10+ on-hit single attack. I can see that, Gus. The reason I had Blue Bite in there originally was for a cute Kiss of Death turn with, like, Widow or some on hit, but I definitely could see what you're saying. It may be a good thing to have Isolate in there as a game ender. You might be right on that. I might try that. You might be right on that one. This is a good way to end the game if someone's trying to get cute and get around what I'm trying to do. Although Isolate will go away after you take up the mantle, but... Oh, speaking of which, I want to see something real fast. Okay, we're good. Sorry, I just want to check something, y'all. Funny enough, I think Uzuri can play 4-card hands now more consistently. Oh yeah, Uzuri's got a lot more abilities to... Like the Mark Go Again stealth, I think is actually really good in Uzuri. This one. Wherever it went. Oh, this one. I think this one's actually pretty good in Uzuri. Lead with Hunter's Clave, mark them, play this. It has Go Again. And then you can choose to flip it or keep going. I think that's pretty good. Especially with cards like Take Up the Mantle. I don't have a lot of Graphene generation in this, but I really don't. I don't know. That card is so good, but also so annoying to get out. I would like to freaking somehow get the ones that bring a dagger back into the... Like, this is sick to me, but this is a Dagger Matters list. So we made that really fast. That's a public list. If y'all want to go check it out. Let's make a Dagger Matters list for fun. So we'll do Blood Spatter just because why not? Dagger Matters lists are going to be hilarious. We might actually put Graven Call in. Let's do this. And let's just type in Dagger. Yeah, exactly. That's the question you ask your opponent every time. I agree with you, Card Fight. That's the power of this hero, in my opinion. Yeah, you still get disrupted either way. Yeah, Daggerless is going to be interesting. I don't know how to build this yet, so we're going to be learning. Let's go ahead and do the +3 incision. We can take stuff out later. That's really funny. Save Your Bloodshed is definitely in there. This I don't think is in there, but I'll put in the side. +3 on a dagger is okay, but not quite what we're wanting to do. Exactly. I agree, Young. It's crazy. Take a stab's a maybe. Toxin's definitely in. This is more of a Syndra card. This might be in, honestly. This is in for sure. Proliferate's a maybe. I know it has the draw card on it, but it might not quite be worth it. stab wound is really funny and interesting. So this is a lot of the Dagger Matters stuff. And if you just wanted to like have crazy go again potential, this would be really funny. Definitely want to put these in probably more. Because what you want to eventually get to is you want to get Graphene. At least one Graphene. There's no reason not to have Codex in here. Like, I think Mark of the Black Widow still would go in a list like this. Shreds a maybe. Spray and play. Take out the Mantle is worth it. Even though there's not as much stealth in this. Take up Mantle might actually be in this. We'll see. Agony definitely still goes in the list. Attraction might end up going in this list just to have it. Mark of the Black Widow. Mark of the Funnel Web. Persuasive Prognosis. Surgical. And this one. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. So maybe we take away 3 of them. Maybe Bone goes away. Maybe Bone goes away. This is interesting. Definitely put Leave No Witnesses in there. This is more just for fun, y'all, but I want to try to figure this out where this would actually make sense. Where you're just flicking away constantly. Spinneret is interesting. I think Spinneret might be better in this list. I definitely am not going to put it in my other list. Graven Call might not actually even be good enough. Because you can't make enough silver to bring it back. We put Razor Reflex in there for the memes. We're actually pretty close to where we wanted to be, which is funny. I think that's where we want to be. Which is hilarious. Yeah, this will definitely be a workshop thing I'll do on my own when I'm like... I'll workshop this and then put it out in a video, because that'd be way more fun. Yeah, the full set's on Talisar Jonathan, with the exception of a couple expansion slot cards, I think. What do I have in the other one? Oh. I think Take Up the Mantle still goes in. And I have what? Pain in the backside, which is already in there. So frailty trap, that all you got. Weakest link snag. Snag. Oh, on Talishar. Sorry, Jonathan. My brain went to February. Talishar, no. Yeah, that's going to take him a bit. I remember they were saying the Kiss of Death is especially going to take a while because they have to like restructure some of the coding that they were doing. Sorry, my brain went to February on that. I apologize, my friend. Yeah, this is like a Dagger Matters list. I'll definitely work on this more and put a video out on it. Daggers matter. But if y'all want to see it, this is like a good starting point, I think, for me at least. I just want to see how this feels. Just because I want to play all Assassin equipment. Really bad. But Tunic might end up just always being the better play, you know what I mean? So, nothing you can do about it. But yeah. How long have we been going? Since 9:40, 2 hours. It's felt longer. Not in a bad way, but it's felt longer. Let's see though. Let's see how we're doing here. Fang, I would give my opinion on Fang. I'm just not good enough on Warrior to really say what I think. There were some cool cards that were shown today that I think will really help. Because what we saw yesterday, just playing some fun casual games on TTS, nothing serious, was that Fang didn't have a lot of ways to mark. And I think today kind of fixed that a little bit. Stuff like Searing Gaze, a couple other cards that like actually mark them. Stabbing Pain, be really good, stuff like that. So hopefully Fang got some better stuff. It's going to be really fun to watch. This is such a meme card. I'm sorry. I mean, it's niche, but like this is basically only going to get Syndra or like super go wide warrior decks and ninja decks. I don't know. The fact that this is legendary is really funny to me. This is my opinion. Like when you think about it, that I mean, I guess legendaries in this set. Have we seen all of them? Or most all of them? None of them are really crazy. Mask of Deceit is probably the second best one. I mean, Command and Conquer, obviously. But Quick Dodge, Flexors, and Mask of Deceit are probably the two best. And then it goes down from there. Then it's probably... both of these are kind of equal. And then this is just a meme. It's really funny to me. Yeah, CNC's number 6. Yep, it's just I have Fabry set to show me the highest rarity of the card, so it's showing the fabled, but it's definitely the legendary in the set. It was in right here. I mean, yeah, it's got to be. You got to. If it's a reaction, it's going to give +3, and it can mark. I understand why it's because like for Fang specifically, getting those 3 fealty tokens is if he can get them too quick, it's just going to make him actually broken. Because like when you fan Mark Hero, create a fealty token. If you have 3 more fealty tokens, your daggers cost 1 less to activate. If he can make them free by like turn 2. Ridiculous. Sounds good, Kidder Fox. I'll hit you up in a little bit. I might eat some lunch real fast, and then I got to go ship a card to min-max, and then after that, I'm good. I'll definitely hit you up this afternoon. Yeah, actually, it's a good time to stop for the day. We have been going for a little over 2 hours. I appreciate y'all listening to me ramble. It was fun. I'm gonna clean up these lists a little bit. And then probably make a video on them for fun, like a day 0 deck tech, as every good content creator does, you know? just do some widespread speculation for fun. But yeah, thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate y'all. If y'all want, you can leave a like, comment, subscribe. Blaze, thank you so much for the sub. You have to do that, my friend. For anyone who likes my content, or maybe you want to watch other people, down in the description there should be a Google link that goes to a list of content creators. Please go follow some people. There's a lot of good people on there. If there's someone that's not on there that's really relevant that makes consistent content, please let me know. I try to update it when I can. But there's like over 100 creators on there, including like websites and cosplayers and everything else. So go follow some people. It'd be really fun. And yeah, thank y'all so much. Y'all have a good rest of your day, and I'll see y'all next time.